Jumping over poles. And again. She keeps jumping over all these poles everywhere, like. Oh. Very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. Hello, lovely little lady. Hello. You ready to go to your new home?
Off to our new home. Fernanda.
The truck, straight up. No problem.
You leave this side open?
A little lady. Seeming quite settled, aren't you? Curious. Machine here. So Fernanda had been on a horse walker before at the yard she came from, but she hadn't been on a walker of this particular type yet. So it took her a few moments to figure it out. I actually hand walked her a few rounds first before unclipping her and stepping outside the walker, just to help her understand how it should be done. She figured it out quickly. So here I am with Fernanda trying a little bit of lunging. She'd only done a small amount of lunging before, just enough so that she could be lunged safely for the vet check. You can see there, just she was a little bit green. She just whips around the other direction when I hadn't asked. But apart from that little unasked for change of direction, she was actually really super and listened quite well considering I hadn't actually ever lunged her before. At this stage, I just want her used to the sensation of the rope being attached to her head collar, the use of the whip to go forward, and also just to get an idea of how she moves naturally, how her balance is, because obviously that will affect her training and her rideability down the line. I didn't do a huge amount of work with her the first time I lunged her, and I didn't even ask her to canter purely just because the lunge pen hadn't been harrowed yet that day, so I just preferred to wait until the ground had been tended to. And then later that day I caught her having a little lie down in the stable and she let me come in and sit beside her. I was very impressed because she'd only been with us for a very short number of days, and I was pleased to see how quite trusting and relaxed she is around people. She's like, that's kind of nice actually. Lots to look at. Baby's first dentist. So in the beginning, I just introduced Fernanda to Boo in the sand paddock. In the future, they will go in the field together, but just for the beginning and the first few meetings, especially as Fernanda can be quite energetic, I felt it was safer to introduce them in the sand paddock. Good girl, Bubby. Hey, Bubby.
Actually, for the body, it should be the same.
First trim. Good lady. Good girl. You're such a good lady, aren't you? Very good. So I've just sped this up a little bit just to keep the video a little bit shorter. I'm rubbing her, touching her everywhere, jumping up and down like I'm gonna get a leg up, just really desensitizing her to everything that's gonna be a normal part of her life eventually. So I had actually planned to lunge her in a roller for the first time this day, but unfortunately the roller was just slightly too big. The girth was a little bit too long for her. So I actually just hand walked her around the yard, and now I'm untacking her on the walker, and you can see she's standing quite patiently, waiting nicely, just for me to remove all the tack. So this is the first time having a little weight on her back. Obviously before this I did a little bit of the desensitizing like I've done on the previous days. But she was super relaxed, and this went exactly how I hoped it would for the first time. So I'm really happy with her progress so far, and she's been really, really accepting, really, really calm. So I'm really enjoying working with this little horse. I'm looking forward to eventually, in a few months, to eventually ride her. So you might notice Fernanda is still wearing a head collar. At this point she hadn't actually worn a bridle or a bit yet, but that was purely just because she had had the dentist recently. I'm going to wait a week or two before introducing her to a bridle. You can see now with a little weight on her back, she just walks a little circle. Again, I've sped it up. And then once we're finished doing a circle or two on the left, I'm then going to switch sides, and I'm going to repeat everything on the right side also. So although it will be quite a while until I'm actually riding her properly, I just like for her to be comfortable and relaxed and used to the sensation of having me up on her back.